And sorry if I change my language now in English, that met us last September, check everything, also engaging my CEO Antonio a lot, checking the latency, checking the software, spending the time, and it impressioned me when he said, Andrea, it's great, I move my flight the day after because I want to see more. So ha cambiato praticamente il volo per restare un giorno ancora più con noi e conoscerci meglio. Io quindi, now, scusate ancora questa doppia lingua, I leave it to Louis,
the
stage, and I thank you very much to be here.
Thank you. Good evening. I'll promise to be short. I'm going to a lot more. So I work for HP, and we know HP is a big company. I'm based in Silicon Valley, and I'm happy to be here in Milan. Most of you know Silicon Valley is the foundation for a lot of innovation, a lot of startups, Google, Facebook, cars, any innovation or any invention you can think of starting in Silicon Valley. But we are missing one thing. And that's why I'm here. In Milan. And that one thing.
Wow.
What we don't have in Silicon Valley. Is Andrea and his great Intervento team. So really, at HP we see a lot of partners, a lot of technologies, and Intervento is one of the best partners, and they have some of the best technologies we've seen in on our technologies, and that's why I'm here. I've learned that Andrea, sorry, I think the battery's running out, and I share a few things. So this is 1982. Andrea?
Avevo I capelli, nessuno ci potrà credere, ma ce l'avevo.
With his Commodore 64 in 1982. And this is me. And in 1982. So we look different, we sound different, but we can recall the same thing. So Andrea and I have some passions that we share because of our history with technology over the last 37 years, 35 years. Technology has changed a lot of things, but it always hasn't been very easy to use, not very human. We began with punch cards. I didn't. Maybe Andrea.
Absolutely.
Then we moved to keyboards. At least we had a screen, and then finally there was a mouse. So things have gotten better, and you could argue that maybe things are better now with these things. At least you can touch things. It's always with you. But in some ways, it's made us a little bit distant from each other. Right? So this device is not the end of computing. It is not the final stage of computing. There's more. So one of our passions is to go back to the things that we do naturally. So as children, we draw. We don't have to be taught. We touch things. We learn the world through touch. We hold objects. We move through space. And my group, our group, which is called Immersive Computing, I'm one of the co-founders. 7 years ago, was an engineer, myself, and 2 other people. What we're focusing on is natural technologies that bring human interaction back into interacting with the digital world and also helping humans interact with each other. Very aligned with Andrea's mission at Intervento. So, we have 3 sort of core technologies, and I'm trying not to make this a commercial, but I just want to give you some quick examples. You've seen a little bit of Sprout. We also have a professional 3D scanning solution where you can scan details down to the width of a hair. You'll see an example. And then we have some vertical solutions where we're scanning bodies for health and wellness. So let me give you an overview quickly of Sprout.
Immersive technology that integrates multiple components into a revolutionary all-in-one device. A projector, 2D and 3D camera technologies that bridge physical and digital realities, an active stylus for precision inking, and a thin horizontal 20-point touch mat to replace a keyboard and mouse with a new level of collaboration and interconnectivity. This is Sprout Pro by HP. In schools, limited and outdated technologies that fail to prepare students for the future are replaced with a cutting-edge innovation. As 3D content becomes more common, Sprout Pro eliminating the need for manuals and expensive automation. Sprout Pro's unique integrated hardware and customizable software allows manufacturers to create a repeatable, error-free process and gives them the ability to quickly roll out new products. A broad spectrum of technology, powered by an Intel Core i7 processor distilled into a singular source for boundless collaboration, customization, and innovation. This is Sprout Pro by HP.
Alright, so the next thing I want to share is the professional 3D scanning. So within Sprout we have a 3D scanner. It's very convenient, but we also have another technology that does scanning at a very high resolution. This is an example from a college in the United States. Let me back up.
My name is Daniel Houghton, and I direct the Middlebury College Animation Studio. And just this past year is when we began incorporating the HP scanning into our workflow. One of the biggest missing pieces is how do you go from the concept of a character into a three-dimensional digital character that can be animated in your short film. And the scanner filled in that gap. So the scanner bar's got two cameras on it, each pointing in at the object, which captures the object from two angles at the same time. And what that allows is for us, with a single scan, to capture an object with enough fidelity that we can be over and done with it. It provides a high-resolution mesh of anything you put in front of it. So with the arrival of the 3D scanner, finally, we were able to begin with art first and wrestle with technology second.
Pero para nosotros es importante que entremos en la era digital de la mano de la tecnología de HP y que podamos conseguir un acercamiento mayor con nuestros visitantes utilizando en este caso la tecnología.
David tiene una gran ventaja y que es su gran portabilidad, facilitando así la manipulación del cáliz por parte del personal del museo y también nuestra parte técnica, dado que podemos configurar la escena desde distintos.
The last example, about 100 years ago, 2D photography was invented, and just now we're beginning to see 3D scanning be as easy to bring the physical world into the digital world. The last example is on scanning of bodies for health and wellness, and we have a scanning solution for feet, and feet may not sound very sexy, but there's a lot of feet in the world, there's 2 of them. We already have this solution in several stores around the world, and also including the National Football League in the US.
Time to go.
That's probably one of our better examples of an end-to-end scanning digitization to produce something physical that benefits our customers. So in working with Inventia, we primarily focus on the hardware platform. But to really be a solution, we need a final application. It's application-driven. And it requires the best-of-breed partners. And that's why we're working with Inventia. I was telling today we were meeting with ING Inventi is the genius, and we provide the hardware. And the scale. So I'd like to end with this on how to think about innovation, how to predict innovation, and how to act. This is an article from a newspaper in San Antonio, Texas, where I was born. And this was clipped by my father when I was 1 year old, predicting what technology would look like, what the world would look like by the year 2000. So some things the article got right, some things are missing. It started to predict that there would be kind of a big brother watching everything that we do, all the data collected about you. It's very helpful, but also something that we have to watch out for. Fully computerized identification for every person. It predicted that we may change how we read books, but it predicted that we would be reading them on videotapes, on our TV. Note there's no mention of a personal computer. Predicted electric cars, so I got that right. And vertical taxis that take off vertically. What it didn't get right, again, is a personal computer, a computer for every individual in your home. It was unthinkable. It didn't predict the internet. It didn't predict a lot of things. And one of the dangers in innovation and thinking about it is to just extrapolate what you know. It's unpredictable. So I think the question for all of us here, and all of us are here because we are innovators, we're leaders, we're visionaries, is when do you act, when do you jump in, and when do you hold back? And sort of one of my lessons has been only those who act can benefit from unpredictability. So, agire per supportare l'impreve debilità.
Grande Luigi!
Grazie.